Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Central Florida Media Group podcast. My name is Tyler DeJoven, and I'm the digital director. And I'm also met here with Nelson Kirkland, the owner and publisher of Central Florida Media Group. Good morning, sir. How are you today?
Good morning, Tyler. Good morning.
All right. So today we're going to go ahead and get started with our podcast here. We're going to be discussing some of the various digital marketing topics on this podcast, as well as some of the ins and outs of releasing publications. And so the first topic we'd like to cover today is a question that we're often asked by people who stop by our office, and it's a very frequent question that pops up, and it's, how do I set myself up for success in the marketing world when I'm first launching a business?
So we do get a lot of questions like that, obviously, as we advertise ourselves as a marketing company, but even more than that, we've been a publishing company, sharing content with people since the company was founded in 2010, and so that the content and communications and telling stories that people will find interesting kind of falls right into our wheelhouse. It's what we do and who we are.
Absolutely. And, something that I think we take, very seriously is we understand that businesses often don't have the time. They don't have, the resources. They don't have the hands on board. They don't have the know-how of how to put together an effective marketing strategy. And so one of the things that I like to kind of go into to start off is telling people to have an ideal customer in mind. What does your target audience look like? Who's going to be the easiest sell for you? If it's a construction company, you're going to want to push to people who need construction services, right?
Yeah.
And so, one thing I would say is if you can't decide, think about who would be easiest to sell to, and then you kind of just base it off of that. And Nelson, we really push the marketing mix there.
Yeah, well, and so, you think about our history as Central Florida Media Group. We started with a magazine called Central Florida Ag News that was built and designed for farmers and ranchers and people in rural scenarios to love and read. And so a very niche audience. And then within a year, we launched Central Florida Health News, again, for the medical community. And so we learned all the tools there are out there to get messages and content to niche audiences, which served us well in helping our clients reach other completely different niches. But once you know all the tools, then you can use those tools to reach that niche, help them with their marketing. And just to back up for a second, a lot of the folks that are put in charge of marketing at various organizations, it's not their only job.
Yeah.
It's one job of many that they have. So, a lot of times hiring a company like ours, or whether it be an advertising agency to support those people, really makes the overall output that much better. You have a point person inside that can then work with the company outside, a vendor basically, to help them with messaging, with graphics, with really making the marketing message look and read good, but then importantly, targeting that to the right audience.
Absolutely. And to kind of tie into that, Nelson, is the internet never sleeps.
Yeah.
It's a really tough, and when you say you only have one person at an organization that may be doing more than just marketing, there's a lot of work that goes into graphic design, and that goes into targeting the hair on the back of an elephant, right? And so another thing that we like to talk about with our clients a lot is making sure that your digital presence is prominent and up to date. And so, between the different opportunities that there are in the digital marketing world, between, Google My Business and having a website and social media, it takes a team.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so That's another thing that we talk to our clients a lot about is, when you're working with us, that's something that you don't have to worry about anymore.
Yeah.
Because with us, we're so automated and we have such a process for everything that we're like a well-oiled machine when it comes to, looking into your website traffic, whether it's, tracking that through Google Analytics.
Yep.
or building out ad campaigns. We have an entire team that does ad campaigns for us. So
Right.
it's really lucrative and really helpful.
Well, and so every business nowadays has a website, and it used to be, you'd launch a brochure website, it'd have 5 pages, and your brochure website would be out there till the end of time, right? Well, enter people who like to hack websites.
Yep.
And all that website address no longer goes to you; it goes to someplace else in the world, and God knows what's there when your readers find it. So, website security, and then a website now for any business or organization is something that lives and needs to grow. We tell our website clients that, look, within 6 months, you're probably going to hate your website. And you're going to start thinking about building a new one.
Yep.
And within 2.5 years, these things now have a shelf life. Whenever you build a website, you have a giant target out there for all these hackers to point at. So with that said, that helps us help our customers because, our folks know all about how to build websites and keep them clean and keep them up and running and do that on a regular basis. But beyond that, the other kind of hubs of your marketing, let's just face it, your Google My Business account is really critical to being found by that niche audience.
Yeah.
And your social media presentation, if you as a business owner or the business director or manager, if you don't like it, then guess what your customers think of it. I mean, you need to love it. So, those are all things that I think that people know, but look, they come in, they have 15 things to do, and sometimes marketing gets pushed to the 16th thing.
Yeah, exactly. And as a business owner, your goal should generally be to push yourself and push your business into the right direction. And the last thing you'd be worried about is, hey, did I finish that social media post last Friday?
Yep. Yeah.
Did I upload my blog last week?
Yep.
No, you want to focus on sales and bringing in new customers and onboarding them. And so another thing that you can do to make sure that your online channels are presentable to your customers and making sure that everything is aligning correctly between your customers and between your customers and your sales teams, for example, is creating content that's digestible and memorable.
They're targeted to the niche, right?
Yeah.
So, we've got some clients, guys, that are in really heavy industrial settings.
Yeah.
So, just regular people on the street probably couldn't care less.
Right.
But to the customers of that industrial product that company makes or performs or does, they're interested because that's their field. So when you think about whatever the content is, when it's directed to the right recipient, then there's a real connection there and a valuable one. And so that's where the content creation, being able to take that content, make it unique and interesting and educational.
Yep.
That's a talent. That is a talent. And writers and editors and the creative types, if you know what I mean, dude, that they love that. They come to work. That is what they live for. And we're glad that they are on our team.
Absolutely. And so to kind of, loop things back around, just kind of going through our list here, we have one more final point, but, if we were to talk to any new business owner to kind of sum things up for you, have an ideal customer in mind, make sure that your digital presence is prominent and up to date, and create content for that digital presence that is easily digestible and memorable. And once you get these core foundations put together for your business, and once you have a team that can really push through this for you and automate it for you, whether you hire us and we work for you, or if you have a marketing person that just does all the work for you. The most important thing after that is continuing to optimize and reviewing your digital presence there's various free tools online.
Right.
Nelson, I love Google Analytics 4.
Yeah,
I love looking into website analytics, because it's just so stinking cool how you can see where people are physically at when they're clicking on your
where they're
website.
going and where they came from.
Exactly. And then, Meta Business Suite. I mean, they offer many different tools. You can look into the content section, for example, and be able to see how many people liked or engaged with your post.
Right.
And also Google My Business reports. Google My Business itself has reports that can tell you how many people are clicking your website button, or clicking on your call button, or and so, using these tools to report to customers, or using these tools to report to yourself even, has been really beneficial for all the clients that we've worked with, and also for ourselves as well. We can kind of see where we're going.
Yeah, no. So consistent improvement, right? So when you're a marketing person for your organization, and you come in, let's say it's your first day, you're learning about your organization, what the features are, what the benefits are to your customers, and then you put those into action and start putting them out to your existing clients or your potential clients. And wouldn't it be great, and now it is great with the right tools, to be able to see what got traction and what didn't get traction, and do less of what didn't get traction and do more of what did get traction. It reminds me of my old high school football coach. If the fullback dive worked, dude, we'd run that puppy over and over and over again, right? So these are the things that you learn from all these tools that these metrics keep track of, and then you do more of what works and less of what doesn't. I know it's way more complicated than that, but to me it's that simple.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just a matter of reviewing and adjusting as thing goes on. And that's the thing that we talked about earlier. The internet never sleeps, and with marketing, there's always changes. There's always new trends that come out. There's changes in technology, and keeping track of that is, I think, quintessential to making sure that your marketing efforts are well valued.
And that's to your point, what we started with as a company back in 2010, 2011, of course, was ag news and health news, both very targeted, who reads them, who they're mailed to, who they're delivered to. So that's kind of core niche marketing. And both of those publications are still in existence today and doing very well and very popular. I delivered 3,000 copies to the school board yesterday of Ag News to be read and used in the agriculture classroom. So, take those kind of features and then just translate them to a different niche.
Exactly.
Right. And then you have all these electronic tools to help decide what works and what doesn't.
Absolutely. Well, Nelson, is there anything else that you'd like to talk about today? Or
no, man. I mean, we put this together. You did, Tyler. Thank you so much. And we'll do more of these. And we appreciate you guys listening in today. Hopefully you got something out of it. Certainly if we can help you, you can look us up at centralfloridamediagroup.com and connect with us there. And hopefully we hear from you.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for listening to us, and we hope you have a fantastic day.